Here we go. Welcome to Caleb's Basketball Pod. As I mentioned, this is going to be our NBA event stats episode. This is a fun episode. This gets to take in a deep dive of what players are really doing for the season. So we get to see more of like their say just their poor their usage rate, their 3-point percentage, assist percentage, defensive rebound percentage, all of that. So let's see. I'm going to start with some players that jump out to me. So when you find event stats and you look it up, you see LaMelo he's up top on the event stats right now. He's played 614 minutes. He has a POR of 21.7, a 3-point attempt percent of 50 of 0.526. He has a free throw rating of 0.234, offensive rebound percentage of 2.9, defensive rebound percentage of 14.7, an assist percentage of 41.7, steal percentage of 1.6, usage rate of 39.6, which leads the league. Other usage rate guys up top, close to LaMelo, we have Giannis at 36.7. We have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at 31.1. We have De'Aaron Fox at 31. We have Anthony Davis at 31. The guy who's played the most minutes so far in the NBA is De'Aaron Fox, and we know he's putting Sacramento on their back. Let's look down a little bit further. We see Franz Wagner him and James Harden have played 20 games so far, which is league leading, tied for league leading at this moment. We have a usage rate of 30.5 for Franz Wagner. We have to believe that's going to go down when Paolo comes back. We have a win share of 1.5 for LaMelo, as we spoke on, 2.0 for De'Aaron Fox, 3.3 for Shai Gilgeous, 3.5 for Nikola Jokic. And I think we all know that's not even surprising. We just know that when Denver wins, he's a big part of their wins, which is why his win share percentage is so high. He leads the league. He also leads the league in win share per 48 minutes at 0.317. He has a usage rating of 29.4, which is surprisingly a little low because of not as much as ran through him as we would expect, not as much as ran through LaMelo. So it's interesting to see that. We have a usage rating of 31.2 for Donovan Mitchell. We have 21.7 for Devin Booker. 27.7, I mean. It's just interesting to see. We have a block percentage of 5 for Anthony Davis, which is big. We have a block percentage of 10.1 for Victor Wembanyama. If we get more deep into the stats, Victor Wembanyama's usage rating is 31.4, which means it just shows how many of the plays that that's ran through Victor Wembanyama. So what I like about this, we dive low deep into it, but what this is showing, so when these plays are being ran from these teams like, say, Charlotte, 39% of Charlotte's plays have usage of LaMelo Ball. That's what something like that would mean. So that means nearly everything that's like close to half of what Charlotte does is predicated on LaMelo Ball. So it's very high usage rating for LaMelo Ball. We know Luka's usage rating is usually high. It's not up there as much because he's missed quite a few games. But we know when he's playing, his usage rating's pretty high. We have assist percentage, which means the percent of times that when he's on the floor and he has the ball, he's assisting. Like I said, just fun things to look at. We're going to dive deep into it, and if I can, going to go and I'm going to find a better place to find these event stats to have them more organized so I can look at the categories. But it's just a little preview of what we can get into. Now, I do want to talk about the Knicks going 3-0 in cup play. They beat the Charlotte Hornets by 1 point. So they are well on their way to taking their group. We saw the Atlanta Hawks clinch their cup with a win over Cleveland. And they moved to 3-1 in the cup. And they should be going to Vegas. We will see the Bulls play the Celtics with a chance for the Bulls to go to 3-1 or the Celtics to go to 3-1. And both of them will be looking for a wild card spot. Orlando is leading in that with a plus 35. It's going to be very hard to pass the Orlando Magic for that spot right now. As I mentioned, Atlanta beat Cleveland by 16 to clinch their spot in Vegas. Let's see what the other scores were. We'll recap those real quick. We had New York, Charlotte, like I mentioned. And the game going on right now is Memphis and Pelicans. And either one of these really don't mean much for it because the Grizzlies are 0-2 in the cup and Pelicans are 1-2. So it's Pelicans' last game. Pretty much neither one of them is going to make the wild card round, and they aren't going to win their cup side. So they're pretty much both just about out, if not eliminated already. But besides that, it's been a very interesting NBA season, and we're seeing like Cleveland got off to a hot start. We're seeing 2 straight games. Atlanta cold them down, and they better prepare because their next game is going to have the NBA champs coming into Cleveland. So their hot shooting has cooled these last couple of games, and their defense is really cooled down these last couple of games, struggling to defend with threes. In fact, Atlanta got up in 2 straight games, and Atlanta's 24th in 3-point makes per game. So it's not a great start for them. But yeah, Atlanta cold Cleveland for 2 straight games. And I'm going to work on getting some interviews over this weekend, so stay tuned, and we're going to have more entertaining content, and we're going to dive deeper into these event stats because that's the fun of the game. We're going to go team event stats next. And thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on the next episode on Monday.